Ah, another day, another problem. So, got a problem with the throttle hanging, and from what I can tell, it's hard to capture this on film, but the cable, I know it pops out, I can't do it with one hand, but the cable's hanging a bit, so I'm going to have to order another one, because it is a new cable, but it's an old sheath, and it's probably just getting caught and hung up in it. But what I'm going to do, so it's probably good practice, is I'm going to put a spring on here that will just hopefully pull it back and temporarily fix the problem, but then when it's fixed can stay on there anyway. So I'm going to do that today. Just a quick warning, viewer discretion is absolutely advised. Yeah, this is a official Lotus spring kit. It's not just something I've cobbled together from some cheap springs from Halford and some zip ties, but it will prove the concept. And if it works, I'll just get a proper spring. The new washers are doing a sterling job of keeping the oil in, but we found a culprit, the oil cap. I don't know if I need a new cap or just a new seal, but that is, I mean, look, they're lovely and dry now. It's all wet down here. The cap is the problem. Yeah, so an extra O-ring hasn't cured the leak, so that needs sorting. Yeah, doing a few more miles in it now, and it's just starting to feel better and better every time I drive it, as I learn how to drive it. It's not by any means a modern power unit where you can just put your foot down and sail along on torque. You need to work with it, and I imagine it'll only get better than when I have a tack as well, so I know exactly where I'm at. One thing, when you are high up in the rev range and you come off the throttle, there's a fucking horrible resonance from the exhaust, so that'll need to be sorted. And yeah, so I'm about to drop the coolant out and then power flush it and then put some more flush in, and then I'll drop that out in the week and put the proper coolant in. You pretty manky in there, but for those that have watched from the start, guess what I'm doing? I'm taking that drain plug out. Eventually, I'm taking the bloody thing out. Here we go. There we go, draining out. All came out crystal clear, so we're going to give it a blast with the hose, but I think this needs one more flush with the special fluid and then we'll be probably all right to go. It hasn't been anywhere near getting hot, so I think we're fine. Does sound like a happy little engine. So the end of a weekend fiddling, and I've done just over 20 miles, mainly around town. I haven't ventured too far, but we've got a working headlight switch. We nearly burnt the car down. We've flushed the coolant, put fresh in it. We've discovered the rattling is the pads rattling around in the brakes because there's no shim, so those have been ordered. Just really waiting for this to come, and then we can give it a proper shakedown. But initial driving suggests that the handling characteristics that I want aren't there. It's still really snappy at the back, and I don't mean oversteery, as in power oversteer. I mean there's something wrong, so further investigation needed. I can't tell you how much it pains me to put parts for a Vauxhall Viva on my car, but these are apparently the brake pad shims that I'm missing that are causing my rattly brakes. So I'm going to get these bad boys fitted and pretend that they're off a Maserati or something. Well, I was going to film myself fitting these, but I got outside, jacked the car up, and before I knew it, it was done. That was literally a 15-minute job from pushing the car out to walking back in the house. I'll drive it tonight, see if the rattling stops, but yeah, we are now part Vauxhall Viva, although I'll probably just say Firenze. Right. Oh, and the elan has got a special trip to make to one of the hallowed churches of Lotus Elanus on Friday. So it's off to see someone who knows what they're talking about to cure some of my handling ills, because it Certainly ain't very Lotus-like at the moment. Oh yes. First of all, we have a, cover my address up. We have a delivery from QED Motorsport, so that is my oil cap seal and breather grommet. And a Dymo machine has arrived. My dad's first Lotus Elan had all of the switches labelled up with a Dymo, and I've always remembered it. So mine is, although I have the original decals to go on, I'm going to use a Dymo machine because it just reminds me of being about 4 years old in the garage in this rusty old Lotus, well, not rusty, dusty old Lotus. So yeah, baby, I'm going to get those stuck on this afternoon. Well, I wish I'd never bought this Dymo machine. It's going to be incredibly addictive. Oh God. And I quite like the messiness of it all. I don't know why. But anyway, we have a seal. So the choice I have is, do I leave the old seal in and put this one on top? I don't know. Let's have a look. I also have a new grommet for the breather. And this is, God, the old one was, you could have mistaken it for plastic. So might have been in there from the factory. We'll get this in, and I'm going to do a catch tank as well. Buy cheap ones for 20-30 quid. I just need to have some time to measure up where I put it, because over there is ideal, but it comes out over here, so I don't know, maybe there, little catch tank, and then I can feed it back into the manifold or just vent it to atmosphere. I don't know, what are the people that know, what are their thoughts? But yeah, I'll get this bad boy in, see how we go. Well, it fits the hose, so this is going to be an excellent short-term solution. I'm figuring it. Can I get it in with just one hand, and that being my left hand whilst filming? Oh my God, look at that. Straight in. I'm doing it on camera. Right, then probably should nibble this manky bit off the end, but I'm not going to. Or should I? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna take the end off. Well, I couldn't do that with one hand, but look at that. That is toy as a toiger. Now then, what are we doing with him? Right, here is the new seal from QED. It doesn't feel particularly thick, which is meaning to me I might double this up. Well, the old one is also quite thin, but it also had a bit of a nibble in it. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've also been told by a very helpful guy on the internet about looking out for cracks. And you know what? He's bloody right. There'll be a crack. That's a crack, isn't it? Is that a job for liquid metal? Is it? I mean, I bet. Yeah. Cracking grommet. I'll find a solution for that. So I'm afraid this video is going to be really disjointed because I'm taking video from, God, over nearly the past week. But anyway, I'm still waiting for the tack to come back. And that's kind of the missing piece at the moment. I've been playing with my Dymo machine. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to hate this, but it makes me so happy. This was my dad's first Elan, had this on it, and I thought it was so crap, but I don't know, I wouldn't have it any other way, and I know it's not straight, and I hope I've got this the right way around. In for cold, out for hot. But yeah, I need the tack because, oh, and I stuck the little thing in as well as a little finishing touch. Yeah, I need that to know how the engine's performing. I've been in touch with another tuner, Bog Brothers, up in Moulton, and he's a proper old boy up there, he knows his onions. He'll hopefully be able to help. And I've also been in touch with Tony Thompson because the handling isn't right. So it's going in on Friday for them to give it a bit of a drive. And I know they're going to sell me their fancy dampers, so they're probably going to go on, and then it's going to have a full proper setup, and then hopefully I should enjoy beautiful elan based handling. So today, Rad's coming out because if I can use all of my great man strength, I've got loads of crystals that have come out through the flushing process. The only way to get those out is to turn the radiator upside down, so I'll do that. And then I've got some proper coolant to go in it. And my battery, I found my cut-off key, which I'll just show you anyway. It goes behind the seat. Hope you can see that. So I'm going to wire that back in, and I've got a leak as well. Oh yeah, look, you can see more Dymo goodness. Look at it all, yes. I've got a parasitic drain on the battery, so I need to investigate that too. But I've put my brake clip pad things in, so no more rattling there. Nice bit of filler there, but ooh, I remember that being there before. Anyway, so yeah, the job I don't want to do is the fan, so I best crack on with that now. Well, that was definitely worth draining. Fucking hell, look at all of that. That's all just crystals and mineral deposits. That's obviously the flush doing its thing. Now it's back in. Just got to bolt it up, put the hoses on and fill it up with some coolant. But a friend's just called and asked if I want to go for a non-alcoholic beverage in a flat roof pub. And I can't say no to that, so I'll revisit this later on this afternoon. But I'll try stitch together the last few bits of this video, but in essence, just still shaking it down a bit. Find the key. There we go. So yeah, just try and put a few more miles on it and gradually adventure further, but I'm still really can't do a lot until the tax here. So yeah, this video has been what, exhaust, a few other bits and bobs, some amazing Dymo action. I can't remember if I put the fire in the other one, or the smoke, but yeah, should make more progress this Friday when it goes off to see some experts, and then if the engine isn't that good, it will go off to a Moulton in North Yorks. But yeah, thanks for taking the time to watch, and I'll hopefully have a better update next week. Well, I will get a camera so you can join me on those drives, but that was the best drive I've ever had in this elan in 21 years. The more I get used to it, the better it becomes. The more that I know I really need to get up it to make it move and keep the airspeed and the carbs up, it becomes better. And the handling, now anyone who is familiar with elans could possibly answer this. The problem I'm having is you turn into the corner and the car immediately kind of rotates around that point there, and it's very unnerving. But what I did tonight was I just thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to go with it. And you turn in and it shifts, and then it stays at that plane. So it's like the rear moves and settles. I don't know if this camera movement is helping, but it settles. Like if you're going left, it turns in, and then you can just hold that line really easily. And I'm like, actually, is that... I'll turn that pump off, it annoys me. I'm like, is that how it's meant to be? Because actually, once you just kind of had some faith and just stay committed, and bear in mind, I wasn't going much faster than 50 or 60 miles an hour. So I was hardly like, you know, hero territory. But if you just went, no, I'm going to trust the car because the chassis is straight, it's got not the best suspension, but it's got new suspension. It's been set up, it's all lined, tyre pressures are right, it shouldn't really be doing anything mental, and it was all right. And I think I'm just got to adjust in my head that it's not a Ford Puma, you know, it's not something that you can really get under the skin of, but it's a nice odd thing to punt around the lanes and enjoy at 7/10, if that makes sense. So yes, we are bonding, we're getting there. And if I could just stop this fucking horn beeping when I turn a corner, I'd be a happy boy. Anyway, sayonara, till next time. You up, boy? A good walk around the garden?